I know your insides are churning away and firing off, and your mind is filled with dread and negativity. But guess what? Even if you feel that at various times throughout the day or every morning when you wake up, like I do, there is one simple trick that can really help to reverse that. I'll explain that next. Hi, I'm Heidi Tucker, award-winning inspirational author and speaker. Welcome here to the Pickled Sunflower, where we can come together and find hope. I'm going to describe one simple trick that you can do to combat anxiety when it hits. It reverses your body's response to that anxiety that you feel coming on. I recognize that there are all different levels of anxiety. It can go from a severe attack, which would be characterized by a pounding heart and trembling and a sense of doom and sweating and just completely out of control, to those of us who have moments of it, either when we first wake up or throughout the day. We have little moments where we get these splashes of anxiety that we need to deal with. That seems to be more characterized for me personally by a churning stomach and negative thoughts and what ifs. The what ifs, we begin to sort of capitalize on that. Here's a good example to try to explain anxiety. Many of us have almost gotten into a car accident, right? And you remember that feeling of, right, when it's a near miss, but it doesn't happen. And so you continue driving off and your heart is racing, right? And you're just like, fight or flight. Like everything in your body is just like pounding, right? But then your body begins to calm down because your mind knows that you missed and that there is no car accident. So slowly you begin to calm down. With anxiety, your body is racing and your mind doesn't know why. There is no explanation for it. There is no danger. There is no real danger, but your mind doesn't know the difference. So you have to trick it. Here's something that I've learned that really helps me throughout the day, and particularly in the morning when I first wake up and feel a good dose of anxiety. I do this in 3 really fast, easy steps. Number 1, if it happens to you in bed like it does to me, stand up. Don't stay in bed and just absorb and feel all of that negativity. Stand up out of bed. Number 2, go to your anchor thought. Your anchor thought is something that makes you really, really happy. It brings joy into your life. And so you need to focus on that visual really quickly. What is that anchor thought that you've come up with? That can be something about grandkids, right? It could be your kids. It could be a puppy that you have that you love. It can be a special friend in your life. It can be something spiritual where you're going to envision something spiritual that brings you joy. This needs to be something that's so powerful that it's going to bring your mindset into that moment. Okay, and then finally, step 3, count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so step number 1, stand up. Number 2, go to that anchor thought. And number 3, count backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And say to yourself out loud, I'm so excited to see my grandkids. I'm so excited to see this puppy. I'm so excited to see, whatever that is that your anchor thought is. Say that out loud. That tricks your mind. It interrupts your mind to think that that's why your body is so anxious, because you're excited for this great thing that's coming up. It actually interrupts the negative cycle in your mind. You are giving your mind an explanation to calm your body down. Remember back in that near car accident, your mind knew that there was a miss and that everything was okay. Now you're just giving it another reason to say, this is why my heart is racing. This is why my stomach is churning. So now your body can begin to calm down because it knows that there's something happy coming. For some reason, for those of us who suffer from anxiety, our body is going into a panic. And it's simply those anxiety feelings need to be reversed. I know this seems way oversimplified. This is just one simple tactic that I have found really works, and it really helps me. The positive self-thought and actually speaking out loud is something that can reverse it for me very quickly. Mel Robbins has written a book about this called The 5-Second Rule, and she talks exactly about this method, and she goes into it a lot deeper if you want to get her book. Anxiety is no respecter of persons, right? It can hit anybody. It can hit those who are rich, those who are poor, those who have everything ahead of them that is great. They're successful in their career, they're successful at home, and then all of a sudden, bam, they get hit with anxiety. It can hit those who are struggling and give them further reason to be discouraged. This is one great mental exercise that really helps me. Physical exercise is also super good for me. I always get up and I walk or I hike every single morning. Well, not every single morning, but most mornings I'm able to do that because that kind of reverses it for me as well, because I do the mental picturing as I hike. Spiritually, whatever that looks like for you, I have this one little sign right in front of my computer up above it, and it says, pray more, worry less. I take that to heart when I look at that every single day, and I turn things over to God that I cannot control in my life. I hope this helps you. I know that anxiety is real. So many of my family members and my close friends have had to deal with this. It is real, and you are absolutely not alone. On this channel, I will always have things of hope and things of light, so it's a safe place with no triggers that you can turn to. Please find professional help if this becomes such a problem that it begins to really interfere with your life, because good therapists have so many more things that they can offer as well as medication. See you here next time on The Pickled Sunflower.